Hi, I'm Trevor Harbolt, and today we're going to do my In the Bag. Number's 26860, part of Team Discraft, the greatest team on the planet. I'm from Elizabethtown, Kentucky. I've been playing disc golf for slightly 27 years. I'm 34 years old. I've done nothing but thrown Discraft. So let's go through this sweet upper part bag that I got and check out some of the stuff. We'll start with putters. So I throw the Prodi Focus. They're a little dirty because they get used every day. These putters are a little stability, but once they get beat in, they're probably the straightest flying discs for putters. They got the big bead on the bottom. They feel very comfortable in my hand. These are a couple of years old, so they do have a lot of play to them. Great putters. This is a soft focus, and I use this mainly for up shots from about 150 to in, backhand, throwing little sidearm flick up shots. I've thrown it in a lot. You can see it on the Jomez video. I threw it in from like 160. That was pretty cool, this disc here. Focus, my putter. I do have two other putter molds in my bag. The Test Flight Ringer GT. I use this for little sidearm up shots. Feels very good in the hand. It's got this little floppy feel to it, so it stays pretty straight and then stables up at the end. I like it for touch shots. And then you might have seen me do a review on the Challenger OS. This disc is a must-have. 300 feet and in hyzer shots, hyzer flip. Never fails to disappoint me. Never disappoints. This is a wonderful disc. We'll go through my mid-ranges. Can't have enough buzzes. Z-Buzz. This one is, I use it for a little more like straight to stable through the woods or like headwind shots. This one keeps up with the headwind pretty good. This is the Z-Buzz. The Glow Buzz is my favorite kind of buzz. I throw them for hyzer shots, straight shots, ante shots. This thing is like a go-to for me. I like it on the 350-foot antes through the woods or 350-foot antes, 300-foot antes. This is my ante disc. And this, the Big Z Buzz, is another solid buzz. Like, you can't go wrong with the buzz. So any mold of the buzz is great, but this one stays straight for a really long time and then fades out to the left. It's very good for, you know, consistent left shots. I also have a Buzz OS. This has that Pixie Cannon autograph on it there. 300-foot sidearms, 250-foot sidearms, dump shots. Very predictable, never goes right, always goes left. If you're throwing it backhand, if you're throwing it sidearm, it always goes right. Very controllable disc. Zone. Most people think that a zone is super stable, but these types of the ESP zones, I throw them for super straight shots. 250 feet and in, super straight, and will never move. I use this disc probably more than any other disc in my entire bag. I love the ESP zones. The new ESP zones are pretty sweet too, so check those out as well. This disc is like a staple in my bag. The 2004 Ace Race Glide, when it came out in 2004, I threw it and got 2 of the aces in the Ace Race, and since then I've gotten 4 more aces on this disc. I throw this thing to get out of trouble. I throw it for rollers, I throw it for tomahawks, but mostly I throw it in the woods on a hyzer flip turnover. It's the most flippy disc I've ever thrown because of how old it is and how much I have used it, but I will never ever in my life take this disc out of my bag. Z-Glides, they're really good for slow arms, fast arms. They can keep up. They go real far. They're like a fairway, but they feel like a mid-range. Amazing. So we'll go with fairways. I carry a lot of discs because I like to throw a lot of discs. So the machete. This is the Tim Barham Scrambler ESP Machete Swirl. I've been throwing this thing since I got it from Tim on sidearms and on thumbers. It's super fast, super stable, holds up to your sidearms, and it goes a real long ways. Cuts through the air like a machete should. This thing is a must in the bag. I use the Big Z Mantises for straight to flippy shots in the woods. I really dig the feel of this disc. The grip is great, and they just fly super straight. Can't really go wrong with a Mantis either. The Stalker is a buzz that goes 50 feet farther. How can you beat that? the Vultures. These are the new discs that Discraft has come out with, and they went straight in my bag. This is the Test Flight Big Z, and this is the Z Vulture. This one has a little more stability than this one. This one gets a super lot of glide. I like these things a lot. Austin Turner has made me put these in my bag, and I have done it. This one here, it just goes 350 to 400 straight as an arrow, and it fades off left a little bit, but you get the great glide out of it to where you can get extra distance. I like to throw this one on the little sidearm flick up shot. So this one, these are great discs, and they replaced my favorite disc, which is the Pulse. So I don't ever throw those anymore because of the Vulture. So, great disc. Throw them in your bag. Throw all these in your bags. They're Discraft. How can you go wrong? So I also throw a Predator for every once in a while. Right now I'm going through a change of fairways, so I've got a lot of different ones. But the Predator is a sweet disc. It's like a Vulture, but more stable. Alright, so now we go to the meat and goods. So if you've seen Tim Barham's in the bag, he throws these too. These things will hold up in headwinds up to 50 miles an hour. I've tried it. In San Angelo, Texas, 40-mile-an-hour winds, and this thing never moved right. Always finished left and always stayed stable. And it weighs 160. So this disc you can throw hard, super hard, fast as you want, and it will not go right. It will always stay straight and then come out left. You can put your ante on it, but it's still going to come out left. This is a must-have, great utility disc, probably the furthest flying stable disc I've ever thrown. Look at all these frisbees. So then we come to my favorites, which I have two favorite types of discs. Let's clean that up real quick. Z-Force. As you can tell, these have been through some stuff. Just, I mean, amazing consistent flying frisbees. Headwinds can hold up pretty well. They fly great in tailwinds. They fly great with no winds. Throw them hyzer to flip. They flip up nice and they dive out. Just a hard disc to beat. You always should put one of these in your bag if you throw Discraft. It's a must-have. Austin gave me this sweet Team Discraft Austin Turner Stamp Force. A little less stable than these, but further flying. These Signature Series Forces are a must-have as well. They go really far and they hold up to their winds as well. They just got a little more glide out of them, so you get a little more further distance. Team member John Perry gave me this and told me that if I didn't put this in my bag, he's gonna be really mad. This is a pop top TI force. Most of the forces I find on TI are flat, and they're just super flat. But this one, for some reason, has got this nasty dome, and the thing does not move right. It's like my Nuke OS Lite, but it's more crunchy, I guess you would say. I can really put a move on this disc in a headwind and it doesn't come out. So when I'm throwing 50-mile-an-hour headwinds or something, this is the disc I'm probably throwing. And now to the greatest disc that anybody could ever hold in their hands. I throw cranks like more than any other disc in the bag. I love the crank, so I've got a Sparkle Z-Flex Crystal crank that I use for headwinds. If I need a really good bomb out of a headwind, I put this one. It can hold up to the headwinds pretty well and has a great flight. My Big Z crank, this one, is my distance disc. Throw it about 550 on a hyzer flip to get a full turn. If I'm going to throw anything distance-wise in an open field, I'm going to throw this. If I'm going to throw hard down a 400-foot wide tunnel that's 10 foot wide, I'm going to throw this. If I have anything, pretty much, I'm going to throw this disc. This is my favorite disc in the world, and I will always have one in my bag. These two are the Z cranks. One of them is real special to me, and I'll show you that one in a second. But these are a little more stable than the Big Z's, and they go really far. They feel great in the hand. They fly perfect. They're hyzer flipperific. I just can't ever ask for a better frisbee. I will always have these in my bag as well. This last one is also a Z crank. As you can see, it's got some little colorations and stuff on it. This was given to me by my good friend Matt Mayo, who passed away a few months ago. He told me it was flippy. He was wrong. This is the most stable crank I have ever thrown in my life. So because of Matt, I keep this one in my bag, but I also throw it a lot in headwinds because he told me it was flippy and it's not. This thing is awesome, and this one has a special place in my heart. But cranks are the best discs to me, so I throw a lot of them. I would advise anybody to get a crank. So thanks to Discraft for all these awesome frisbees I get to throw. Upper Part Designs for this sweet bag I get to carry. I appreciate it, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed my bat in the bag video. Tune in to the next one.